104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here. Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wife! I am a wife!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Houston, Texas. It is Monday, April 22nd of 2024. It is 6:01 a.m. with Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. I'm already lightheaded. It's 112 degrees in here.
Yep.
Just letting y'all know right now that the Roula and Ryan show will be at a limited capacity today due to the temperature.
Yeah, this might be the shortest show.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Like when we got
I told
that
you
text
guys we should
yesterday?
broadcast from the house. I don't know what we're doing here. This is
Because
ridiculous.
the transformer blew out, and then it blew out the AC.
But only in this room. It's like the rest of the building is cold.
I don't know. When I got the
But as
elevator,
you
I
get-
felt it.
No, as soon as you get off the
when you
elevator,
get off this
it's
floor,
hot.
you really feel it.
But as you walk closer to our studio, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. So we're already half naked.
How
in
many
here.
times a year do you think this happens? I mean,
Like at least 5.
yeah.
Too many.
Too many
Too
times
many.
to count, really.
Yes, is what it is.
I think you would-
We have to work in
Because the rest of the work day, if we were
if we
in
were-
the regular capacity, we'd get the email, "Don't come to work today because it's 100 million degrees."
Well, no, it starts working. Remember, it starts working at 9.
Oh, that's too bad. We're gonna go home at like.
Sam, you'll have a nice
as soon as we get the
pool show.
Roses update, if she is willing to call in today, Eric, we'll stay for that, and then we got to jet out because we're sweating.
She's ready to go. So I'm like, we'll do you at 6:40. Go home. Can we do you early? But even Kevin Quinn and Audrey, they were doing their show. Kevin had his shirt off.
He did.
He was dying,
He
too.
definitely did. That was something.
And didn't they do something?
Sam.
Eric?
I would not do that to you. I promise you I will not do
My
that.
goodness.
Yeah, why make us all
I don't want to make you all sick.
hot and nauseous?
Let me say happy birthday to Cullen. He is 4 years old today, and his mama's raising him right. So is his parents are raising him right because he already knows our voices on the Roula and Ryan show. And they're saying we listen every morning. I was wondering if you can give him a shout out when you get on the air because he gets to his daycare at 6:15, and he will love it if you can. So he obviously knows our voices. Like my niece is 5, she knows our voices.
Yeah.
My son plays us for her on the way to daycare, or a little preschool. So, Cullen, happy birthday,
Yeah, happy
sweetie
birthday.
pie. Have
Happy
the best
birthday.
Hope it's
birthday
the
with your family.
Best day ever.
Thanks for listening to the parents and for raising them right.
Hope your daycare has air conditioning.
Yeah, I'm so
yeah,
bummed
it
out
does not.
because
They'll close if they don't. At least I know mine has numerous times.
That's why I'd be like, oh, I don't
Can
feel
you
like working
come
today.
please pick up your child?
Sorry,
Oh,
Sam.
okay.
Air doesn't
So-
work. Guys, shut it off.
I know. I brought you guys in something to eat this morning, and I thought we had to heat it up, but I don't think we do now. The room is so
I
hot.
know you brought like sticky buns, but I'm like, I'm not in the mood to eat.
You've got
hot.
to take some home with you then.
They look
okay?
great, but
So here's the deal.
I'm very salty.
then
I
I'll
don't
get
wanna-
that sugar
know.
rush
I'm
and
just
They'll
so
get the
mad.
sugar rush and go home.
No, I'm so mad.
Take a big nap.
Oh, I might
hot
eat some. I don't care how hot it is
So
in here right
this
now.
is like
I'm ready.
and it's there's
It's a
the
cinnamon
only
roll, or what is it?
there's only this location in my hometown that I was born in.
nice.
Okay, so I was born in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and it's called Mr. Sticky's. So behind the scenes here, I have a family member I've been taking care of, and he's been staying with me for the last couple of months. And we've got this best med center basically in America,
Yep.
which is keeping him alive.
he's lucky to have someone like you that he can stay for free
Right.
No, I mean it's
because
like,
it's
you know,
hard to, most people have to stay in hotels or
Or they have to rent.
Airbnbs.
They have to rent a short-term or medium-term rental.
Or,
Like I have.
or stay in the
We're
hotel.
family. Family takes care of family. That's the way I was brought up, and I think that's the way most people are. So his family, his sister sent me these. She knows that I love these things, and you can only get them in this small town that I'm from. She FedExed 2 cases, so I brought you
Nice.
1 case,
wanna
and
try one.
they are so amazing. So I figured maybe at 6:40, bring them in. I want your honest, unbiased.
And they're
opinion.
called
sticky buns.
What do they look like?
sticky buns,
Show us.
which are basically they're like another form of a cinnamon roll, right? Sticky buns.
Sam, you are from Pennsylvania. You've had them, haven't you? Have
Like
you
what
ever
we
had
call
them?
those cinnamon rolls
Yeah.
here.
You have to unwrap them.
Because I know
Sticks or
sticky
they-
buns always confuse me. Like
And
the
they're
bread that's
heavy.
in the bunt pan that's all sticky together, and that's kind of
like
cinnamon-y.
monkey bread.
You heat
Yeah.
them up, and then just the good dripping stuff that's all over them. Just, oh my God, it's mouth-watering. And I
man.
did not know you could order these to go. So if you guys love them, then, we could put out their website, and
Cool.
people could order them, and you could have
That's a great thing
delicacy.
about like 2024. Like if you like something from your hometown,
You can
like
get
a
it.
pizza place or something, you can pretty much order it.
There
It
was
does
actually
look like monkey bread.
I feel
Monkey
like
bread, right?
20 years ago, Eric, there was that because it's the first time I heard of the Chicago pizza getting frozen and shipped. Like
Like
it was
the
like
deep
20
dish
years
ones?
ago because I remember it was like in the early 2000s when we were talking about like how do you get food from there to here. When I moved to Philadelphia, there was a thing like a Philly box. That I remember there was a big advertisement in Philly for this Philly box you could send to people who left Philly who miss XYZ things. And I was like, but it was expensive and I don't really know if it translated. Now it's so much easier.
Oh,
I
it's
feel like there's a
changed.
better shipping and
But this is
packaging
Chicago
method.
one. Now that we got Portillo's coming, you could get a box like that.
When is that coming?
I tried one of their deep dishes. I didn't like it as much.
You
I
did?
want to
The one
try
I
that
ordered.
chocolate cake shake so bad.
Oh yeah, the
Chocolate cake shake.
They
Okay.
put a whole slice of chocolate cake inside of a shake
Yeah.
and mix it up. It looks so
I'm
good.
going to have to try that just in my
It's
regular
dangerous.
life.
That sounds
You
amazing.
make that my regular life.
Yeah.
And then
I used to have my aunt when she'd fly in to see me. They would take this pizza called Bianchi's Pizza. It was ours.
Bianchi's?
Yeah, we don't. It's tavern style. That's what. That's real Illinois pizza.
Is that like
Chicago
thin
pizza.
crust or?
It's thinner. It's not thin, but it's thin.
Okay.
And it's cut like so. It's cut like 10 different ways. It's one big slice like New York. There's like little triangle pieces, little tavern style pieces.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And so they would order it for me. They'd cook it halfway.
Uh-huh.
And then they'd put it in tin foil, put it in a cooler, bring it on the plane, and then bring it home. And then I'd cook the rest here.
That's impressive.
It's so good.
That's
so
nice.
You
When I
can
work-
always do that if you have a family member. Just tell them, cook the pizza half. Don't cook it all the way.
I don't know if that's a safe thing, though, unless you're going to
It's
flash
not
freeze
meat.
it
It's not
and then
meat,
send it
Rolla.
along.
Then you put it in with like dry ice or something.
Yeah.
Or put it with
Yeah.
ice. And
Well,
you put
pizza
it in
could
the
have
cooler.
meat on it.
I
Well,
know
that's
someone
true.
that
Pepperoni
brings
and sausage.
alcohol to their family.
Really?
Yeah, beer. And it's
Oh,
a limited edition beer that only comes out during Christmas.
that's smart.
What's
So
it
you're
called?
shipping beer?
I said I know somebody that does that.
Well, because Sam,
Okay.
years ago, now we have
Like,
Yingling in
I
the
don't know.
stores, but Yingling used to get
No, this is-
smuggled over here,
it's
or
called
I take
Trogs.
Shiner Bach to Philly.
Yeah, no.
Called what?
Trogs.
Trogs.
Oh, my God, my cousin drinks that all the time.
Trogs?
It looks like Trogs, but yeah.
Trogs, yeah.
Troegs.
And is that frowned upon to have beer? The thing is, I have a clear visual of the overhead bin in the airplane with a
Oh, no, that's-
12-pack of Shiner Bach.
But now you can't because the ounces.
No, because the ounces.
Oh,
you have
right.
to check your luggage.
Oh, my God, yes.
Bubble wrap it, put it in a bag
Is
in
it
case
can
it's
or
shattered.
No,
bottle?
but does it like
No, it's glass.
explode?
Oh.
If it's
Yeah.
cans could do that.
Yeah, what's the
Or leave a
pressure
can
like?
in a freezer?
Oh,
And the
yes.
next morning you wake up, you thought, who barfed in my freezer?
Think about the cargo bay is not pressurized. So
I
how
mean,
does that
there's
work?
they're bringing on cans and bottles every day anyway in the regular plane. Like
right.
they have to store them somewhere. It's not that.
And
much
there's got to be,
It's gotta
of
be
all
pressurized
the
a little, can't it,
places,
for dogs?
of all the places, there's got to be a place where you can buy beer from around the country, around the world. There's got to be. With all the different, there's got to be. Isn't there some
think
place?
so.
It's like you want your little Shelby's Liquor. They don't have some Trogs there, Eric?
But if it's this is a specialty, so it only comes out during the holidays,
Mm.
and so and they don't sell it. Like you can't.
Oh, wait.
It's not shipped.
Is it kind of like, y'all remember when St. Arnold's, they do like the number 18 or the number 14?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the barrel.
It's like some special brew that people would like line up for, and what was gone, it was gone. It was like $9 a bottle, I
Barbecue
felt
Shop
like.
Nick was that guy.
I find people love gimmicks, or we love things that like Chick-fil-A where it's closed on Sundays.
Yeah, limited time.
edition, or you feel like there's certain bourbons I like, and then there's one called Smoke Wagon. I used to like it more when you couldn't
Smoke
get it.
Wagon.
Now it's everywhere. Because at first you could get it, and then
Couldn't
they
get
took
it.
it away.
Does it have a smoky flavor?
No. I mean, I guess you could get one, but there's different kinds. But it's just called Smoke Wagon. It's got little pistols on it.
That's her name.
But it used to be hard to find, but now it's everywhere. So I'm like, it's not as special. It's so weird. I mean, if it's good, right?
Yeah.
You drink
Yeah.
it, but something about if you collect stuff. Like that's why those Saudi princes, they have like that Phantom Rolls Royce for $1.8 billion.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
only like 4 made in the world.
They have to have one of them.
Yeah. different world.
And where are you driving that thing anyhow?
Yeah, good point. You can't park it at Target.
You know,
Kroger.
and he's,
Yeah.
I'm
Somebody's
sure
gonna
he's
hit
got
it.
drivers. Yeah,
Who's gonna be in it the whole time?
let's go down to the Royal Kroger.
Well, you got to take two people. One has to keep driving it around the parking lot while you shop. Because
Oh, yeah, you don't want a door ding on that.
Remember, we always talk about that, Jay-Z, when we had that expensive car down at, oh my God, where's the place where you were spinning?
Was it a
Kev?
a chrome car?
For my kid's school.
Oh, that was
I
at
just
the
forgot the name of it.
that was
There's 2 of them. There's one over here, too.
yeah.
But anyway, it was for the All-Star game, and he had it was like a $20 million car or something. Remember, he hired security around it?
Oh, to stand around it, right.
Just to stand there. They got paid to stand.
Oh, man.
I take that gig.
That's a
Okay.
great gig.
Yeah,
I'm official
easy
car
money.
I
watcher.
don't remember.
But it's a lot of pressure, though. Think if somebody did something to it, it's like, oh, I don't want to be beheaded.
Yeah,
You know,
my friend had like a Aston Martin. I don't know cars too well, but she just hit the bumper and it cost like $8,000.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
That's what I'm like. That's
a
expensive.
different
I keep my
world.
truck, man.
So
I hit
expensive.
something in my truck. Big deal. Just move on.
It's amazing the
I
things
look
we.
for speed bumps to hit things.
It's amazing the things we learn to live with. I'm like, well, I've got 3 cracks in my windshield. How much worse do I want to let it get before I finally replace
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it's like I can live with this right now.
So true.
I officially have a headache, and I don't know if it's coming on because of the heat.
No, just
Me too.
over
low-key.
here where we're at. It's,
I do.
Well, we
Yeah.
brought a second air chiller in here. We just can't find an extension
Once we
cord.
get
It's not
extension
doing
cord.
much.
We
No,
shouldn't have to
did you
try
plug it
this
in?
hard to be
Well,
comfortable
one
at
of
work.
them's not doing much.
No, that one's not turned
So
on. We just
happy
gotta find an
Monday. We're all in a
extension
bad
cord.
mood. When we come back,
We'll give you till
just complain more.
7:25.
At least it's nice and chilly outside. Too bad we can't open the windows. We're
I
on the 8th
know.
floor.
Yeah, but throw,
That'd be
It's
throw a chair
really
in there.
gorgeous and amazing and crisp and perfect outside, but we are inside in the hot box. All right, here's your official weather for today.
Getting hot box.
Yes, it is currently 96 degrees inside the studio. No, it's going to actually be nice. They said that this morning outside, this is as cool as it's going to be until we get to the fall.
Oh, let's
So
open
today's-
the windows.
Yeah. Come
Oh
on,
my
let's do it.
God!
Wish.
Well,
That'd be
throw a
nice.
chair through it. Let's open it
Wish.
up. Let's make
Yeah.
our own window.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's gonna get up to about 76 today, right now. 55 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I'm proud to introduce
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
KRBE.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it has been 20 years. As of yesterday, it has been 20 years since Jennifer Hudson was eliminated on American Idol when America was obsessed with that show and giving them millions and millions of votes a night.
Yep.
It was her and Fantasia Barrino who were in the bottom 2, which everyone was like stunned. Oh my God. You can't pick between those 2. It's too hard. Jennifer Hudson was eliminated, and she posted yesterday. It's been 20 years since this happened, and who knew it was ahead? Y'all, she's an EGOT winner. She has won the Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, and the Tony.
Wow.
As a talk show.
And that's a talk show, correct? And that doesn't really happen to people who even win Idol anymore. Because,
No.
back in the days that Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson were on Idol, like the top 8 people would still go on to make like amazing money and have great careers.
Some of the
now the
biggest
actual
careers-
winners, nobody knows their names at all.
No, but some of the biggest careers that came out of Idol were not people that that won. Think about it. Adam Lambert. That was when I stopped watching the show. When he lost, I was like, oh, I'm done with this. He went on to become the front man of Queen.
It was like the last year I stopped watching. Was it 2005?
I don't know what
I think
year
that's when I
Right?
stopped
No,
watching.
no,
I
it's
just
2007.
started watching it again.
And
I was
who
on
was-
last night. I was watching. I'm like, I
it streams
hate
on
this
Hulu
show.
the next day.
I saw Gene Simmons on there.
Nice.
I was like,
Oh,
he's
he
going
was
to tell people how to sing.
mentoring.
Yeah.
Katy Perry's
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she announced that she's going to go. Did they announce her announcement yet? I mean, her replacement
No,
yet?
no.
How long has she been on now? Been at
Gosh,
least-
I don't know. We blink and
5
6
years,
years
maybe?
have
5
passed.
years?
Maybe it's 5.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson wrote on her Instagram and Twitter, or her ex, never give up on your dreams, y'all. If I can do it, so can you. If it's not worth working hard for, it's not worth it at all. Remember, nobody knows your potential the way you do. Just keep the faith, keep believing, and keep going. And it's all attached to the video where she got the kick. Like, get out of here. That's so crazy. I can't believe it. And
you guys remember-
I was looking to see, what did she win the EGOT for? I know she got the Oscar for Dreamgirls, duh. But what did she get the Tony for? And for the Tony, it wasn't for her singing performance. She was a producer of a musical called A Strange Loop. And that won Best Musical, so she got the Tony for that.
So it's not like she was acting in it.
Right.
There should be like an asterisk next to that.
And then she got
You gotta-
2 Grammys, one for her R&B album, one for her work on the Color Purple musical. And then she got the Emmy in 2021 for an animated series called Baby Yaga. And then, of course, the Oscar for
Oh, yeah.
Dreamgirls. So it's kind of like how Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were always ribbed by Jimmy Kimmel for having an Oscar, but you didn't get it for acting. Like the first
Yeah.
Oscar was for Good Will Hunting for writing. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't get it for acting. You have an Oscar, but you didn't get it for acting.
Stick to writing.
It's like even within the category of winning, people will still find a way to rib you over. It's just not good enough.
You think she would have Tony though for singing?
Yeah, of course.
With all the
You'd think
Broadway
so.
shows out there.
Right.
So anyway,
talented.
the 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees have been announced, and that was actually announced on American Idol last night. The performance categories include Cher, Kev, Cher. What do you think she sounded like when she found out she's going to be inducted?
Well, it's about damn time.
Where's my Bono? Sonny and what was the guy?
Sonny Bono.
Yeah,
Not Bono from U2.
Did he get?
Okay, so
Cher.
Sonny is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away.
But you can still
You
be
can't get in if you
posthumously
die?
awarded.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure
you can?
Yeah, you should be able
You don't
to.
have to be alive to be
But
in the
he
Rock Hall of
wasn't-
They
Fame.
probably put all the Big Bopper, all those
But
Richie Valens
also,
or something. Those people from
he had
playing.
maybe 2 or 3 hit songs with her. The Cher was her own success.
Longevity is
but
good.
She
longevity.
had a longer
song was-
career by herself
Yes.
than she did with him.
Yeah, for sure.
Mary J. Blige is also in that class, the Dave Matthews Band, or just Dave Matthews Band. So just Dave Matthews? Like,
Should
is
be
the
his
whole
whole
band
band.
going to be in there?
Should be.
Cool in the Gang, A Tribe Called Quest, Ozzy Osbourne.
Right,
Yes.
And Jimmy Buffett and Dionne Warwick are being recognized for musical excellence. I guess that just means, well, you didn't make this class, but we're still going to honor you. Also, Jimmy Buffett.
Wait, back up.
speaking of the
Ozzy
deceased.
Osbourne is getting in. Did his band get in? Black Sabbath?
It just says Ozzy Osbourne.
Maybe Black. Were they in
So
before?
I don't know if
maybe.
they're already in there.
I don't know.
And that's not something I remember from being there. Have you ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ever?
No, I know you have.
Yeah, it's actually very interesting because they have all these different sections. I don't know how often they change it. It's been a while since I've been there because I mark everything by what age my kid was. What was I pushing? I was pushing a double stroller through the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So I know they were very small when I went. So it must have been like
I feel like
2013-ish.
was it big?
Or 14. It's big. It's a lot of different levels. Gaga did not have her own section, but Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is more about even iconic moments in music. So they had a lot of Lady Gaga outfits kind of like sprinkled in these glass boxes in different parts of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Of course, a fake meat dress, but showing how it was the meat
Right,
dress.
the
But
idea
this
of
is,
it.
yeah. And then they had this whole thing that, because look, obviously this wasn't my wheelhouse, but Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, that was before my time, but they had an entire wing dedicated to all the Stevie Nicks outfits, and I was like,
She's iconic.
they should probably
know,
change that at some point.
I don't know. They
and
know
rotate
those,
it out.
those people will go, especially if they're retired. They'll take their Winnebago and they'll drive across the country.
yeah, they have
to,
the money for
Yeah.
it.
They got
Well,
the
I
money
think-
and time to go there. They're not
At
going to go
least-
there if it's a new singer. They'll be like, who is this?
Well, not a new singer, just bringing new blood in there. Like, imagine if you had the hall of Gaga outfits. You know, this new generation of younger fans. Like,
So they'd see
in
that
the-
and they'd be like, I'm out.
But at least they're starting to put more rockers in the actual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Remember that Jan Wenner was the guy that made all the big decisions, and then that scandal came out about him. He was removed from the board. He was really blocking a lot of people from getting into
We
it.
need to do our radio convention that we go to every August. They need to do it in Cleveland.
I know.
That'd be
That's the
fun.
home of the
Yeah,
Rock and
do
Roll Hall of
that.
Fame. Then we could go
This
see
year,
it.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, this
though.
year it's in San Diego.
Woo!
Oh,
Last
is there a
year's-
convention happening, or are we just going to the beach?
It was in Dallas last year, and it was so hot.
I'm definitely going to the zoo
Yeah, they do have an amazing zoo there.
because my mom's coming. I need someone to watch my child,
Oh yeah, you can't bring your child in.
and Mark is working out of town, so
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, when I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that time, Johnny Cash's tour bus was in the front, and you can go inside.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was
that'd
just
be fun.
parked right in the front of the thing, and you could just walk inside. And it's so weird. For what were the years he was traveling that bus? Was that 60s? Was it 70s?
Probably
Right.
60s.
It was so small, and just why was everything so much smaller in the 70s? Because now we would never tolerate that kind of space. I mean, tour buses now are like luxurious homes on wheels.
Because I didn't know.
And back then it was just like, wow, there's amazing. There's a little kitchenette in here.
Do you have a
And
bedroom? Or was it
yeah,
just little bunks?
there was a bed in the back, and then there's like these comfortable, kind of like stepped up bus seats that are more like recliners with a table. I think of like retro videos of The Price is Right, where they say you won a Winnebago or whatever they give, an RV, like that. I felt like it was, but anyway.
I just read here 8-year anniversary of Prince passing yesterday.
Oh my
saw that.
gosh, it's
Remember
been 8 years already. Holy
Remember I told you
cow.
guys our radio friends knew everything that was happening to him, but we couldn't say it on the radio.
And he almost died a week before, remember?
That's what I'm telling you. Remember,
Yeah.
he was flying. He had to stop in Des Moines, and the nurses,
They brought him back to life.
and then he went back and passed away 2 days later.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's weird.
Because, I mean, they said that he had this horrible fentanyl addiction because he'd injured himself. You know, he was used to he needed the pain meds because of all the moves he did on stage, and he got hooked.
But I thought fentanyl's the kind that kills you instantly. That's why there's nobody in rehab for fentanyl because
No,
it
I
kills
mean,
you.
they have fentanyl in the hospitals that they use under.
Well, to put you to sleep, to do surgery. They gave me some when I had my ankle surgery.
C-section. I was on fentanyl.
Yes, but I'm saying like to actually have it like in a pill form where you're just on it and you're alive
Well,
on
that's
it.
because if you buy it on the street, if you're buying an illegal drug, you know, yes, that is unregulated. like the
And every
tip of a
person that
needle
took one is dead.
Kill you.
It's like Michael Jackson to sleep. He needed that
Propofol.
That's
propofol.
insane.
It's like, what the? You got to. And a doctor said it's cool to do that. No wonder that guy served time.
Well, think of all the years of all these musical acts that we know that are American, because we
Enable
only
them.
really hyper focus on the American acts.
You
I
just
don't know
said
the
it
other
right there,
ones.
Eric. The
They
enablers.
just-
The
yeah,
enablers.
They
That
get
is what.
hired as the doctor.
they're fans more
Hey,
than
I
they
need
are
you.
doctors.
I need you. Give me this. I need you. How about I hire you to be my personal doctor? You're going to travel with me. So if anything happens to me, you're just right there to give me a prescription. Help me with my allergies.
The first one to do it was
I'm under
Elvis.
the weather.
Elvis had Dr. Nick.
Yeah,
and,
but you know
and
what,
that
Elvis-
guy had so many drugs in him. I mean, people don't realize Elvis Presley, yes, the official cause of death was a heart attack, but it was a heart attack due to the fact that he was
But
on
you know what, Ryan?
a million different
I feel
drugs.
really bad for
That
Elvis.
sucks.
Like, I would, some people are like, oh, these rockers and all their drugs. Elvis Presley was financially abused, and he was made to work like an animal by that guy, Tom Parker. He was a working animal. They kept him hopped up. They kept him on drugs. They made him keep singing. They
Like
wouldn't
Britney.
let him world tour.
Yeah, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Brittany and Whitney.
And it goes all the way back. It
P.
goes
Diddy.
back
Look
to
what P. Diddy, the stuff that's happening now we're seeing. It's like,
Oh, my.
these-
It's really a sad case. Like, after I saw the Austin Butler Elvis, it just makes you not feel good at all. That is not a feel good movie because it's not really supposed to be, but it really shows the darkness of how taken advantage of he was. And here's what sucks about it, guys. When you have a talent and you don't know how to manage the talent, or you don't know how to do the business acumen for the talent, you trust somebody else to take you on under their wing so they can manage you and they can do the financial.
Trust them.
And you are the talent. So you are trusting that person to not take advantage of you. And that's all Elvis had in his life. People taking advantage of him. And then now it's like, oh, Elvis was such a druggie. He died on the pot. That's not what it is. The man was so abused, and it makes me so sad for all that. You know what I mean? It's just so crazy. And who's living that right now
I
that
think
we
it's
don't
good
even
that he
know?
died on the pop because it shows that
It's
not
not glamorous.
It's not glamorous.
It's not glamorous. I mean,
I don't feel like he
shows
was
that
he was showing glamour in his drug use. I think he was on the drugs because he didn't have
he
a
was on
choice.
so many different drugs. He had a lot of barbiturates in him. He had a lot of opiates in him, and his heart just gave out.
Of course, that's going to happen eventually. We're all just human, right? I don't care how much money you got. Cancer desk waiting for you. Whether it's cancer, drugs, whatever it is.
Kind of feels like it is
Grim
right
Reaper
now in
doesn't care.
this studio where it's 96 degrees.
I know, it does feel
Did the
kind of
chillers
hellacious.
just-
Yeah,
The
one of
chillers stopped working.
the
my
chillers
God.
just stopped
y'all,
now.
y'all blew an outlet.
Yeah.
So this might be the shortest Rule and Ryan show of the year.
I'll go get
Now
it.
we're sticking around. We got a Roses update at 7:20. You got to stick around. I have some food I want to give you guys. It is
Nobody
something.
wants food.
It better not be hot.
AC.
I want-
If you were going to
I
heat
need
it up,
an
don't.
iced coffee.
I got some soup. I
know.
brought, guys. I got some chili and some chicken noodle
I
soup.
guess I picked the wrong morning to bring this
I
delicacy.
think Ahmad and I will still probably dive in.
It's good.
As long as it's
gotta-
not hot.
You got to try a bite.
I want to try it.
Here's me and my fake.
You're gonna find out what it's all
It's
about.
sticky and hot in here.
Ooh, sticky.
Yeah, I think
All
we.
right.
I think we did blow an outlet.
There is absolutely no chill now.
There's
Blows.
no.
All right, after we eat Ryan's whatever the deliciousness is, we're gonna get out of here. So we're broadcasting from the house after that. Have a good Monday, Houston. You're on your own.
It's KRBE with more of the Rule and Ryan Show.
Okay, so it's not Try It Tuesday. It's Munch It Monday. Yes.
Oh, that sounds.
It is.
I don't know how that sounds. Yeah.
Well, that sounded bad. That's why we keep it to Tuesdays.
Try this yummy thing Mondays. Okay, so you can text us at 37530. Things, if you're not from Houston, things that you really miss from your hometown. My hometown is Houston, so I don't miss anything because it's always here. It's a matter of me getting to the place where I want to eat it.
I mean, I consider
But-
Houston my hometown, but
But when you were a child, you lived somewhere else. So Sam was in Pennsylvania. You were in Pennsylvania. Eric was in Illinois. Kevin was in Delaware. Ahmad, where were you?
Is it Louisiana or did you move around?
Louisiana.
A mix between Louisiana and Fort Cavazos and Coconut Creek, Florida, and yeah.
Because you're a military kid.
Yeah.
You traveled a lot. And I was born and raised Houstonian, so it doesn't apply to me because everything I want to try is still here most of the times.
I wanted you guys to try this.
What's the company called?
It's
that
called
makes this?
Mr. Stickies.
Mr.
They're based out of
Stickies.
Williamsport, Pennsylvania, which is my birthplace. So I have a family member staying with me right now who's, fighting a very serious battle, and his family wanted to thank me, so they sent me a box of these.
We're going to make you fat.
Yeah, we thank you, Ryan. We're going to make you fat. But they're so delicious. Up in Pennsylvania, they call them sticky buns. And, you really can't find them.
cinnamon roll,
but it's got like
but it's like
cinnamon taste.
pull apart bread.
Monkey bread.
It's exactly monkey bread.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I love it.
It's so bomb.
It's.
You
Why
know,
don't you
it's
open
bread
one of
with
these?
sugar on it.
Why don't we open a store down here?
I know. We should call them.
My mom would make sticky buns homemade. That was a thing.
Sometimes they put nuts on them. They put walnuts on them.
Because there's not icing on top.
Oh, they
it doesn't
have
overwhelm
icing.
you. I know, but it doesn't overwhelm you.
Yeah.
Like for me, it would be too
It
sweet.
doesn't need icing.
No.
Because the glaze of this, it's like the cinnamon glaze.
And the glaze seeps all the way through it. It's not
good.
all dry in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I hate about, sometimes you get like a Cinnabon or something and it's maybe a little dry in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
But this just, it permeates every little part of the bun.
I learned a little TikTok hack. If you get like the canned cinnamon rolls
Okay.
and dump a bunch of heavy cream on it and bake it, it gets just as sticky as this.
Oh, I think I've seen
Really
something
good.
like that on Reels.
It's
Did they add
really
something else
good.
to the
Put an air
heavy
fryer or
cream?
just.
They put caramel on top or anything or no?
No,
it was just
because
the heavy cream.
it's just the heavy cream and it gets
Yeah.
really sticky like this. Maybe like some brown sugar you can add.
What
but,
if we put
yeah.
condensed milk on it?
Ooh.
That might work too.
That'd
It
be
might.
so
it might
good.
be
So
very.
now we're gonna reverse
I don't think the
engineer it.
condensed milk is going to go through it though, Kev, because the
No.
heavy cream goes through it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the condensed
Just
milk would
sit on
actually
top.
go all the way through and sit on top. I have been making cinnamon rolls and biscuits in the air fryer versus firing up the oven.
Oh,
Speaking of
really?
air fryer,
Yeah, super easy and fast.
My wife and I were
in the
talking about
air
this. Like,
fryer.
when do you think the future kitchens are going to have built-in air fryers?
Probably.
You know
Yeah,
what I
why
mean?
don't
Well,
they
my
now?
new
Yeah,
oven has it.
I know,
It
but
does?
but air fryers are like faster. That's I have the convection. Oven.
Yeah, convection
But sometimes it takes forever. Those air fryers are so
a lot quicker. I have
They
it.
have built-in coffee makers. I've had one of those at one
Well, think
time.
I have a
They-
Samsung, and one of the functions on it says air fryer, and it's worked really well for
People are so
Interesting.
We always have to pull it out, or you don't want to sit on your counter. It's
We still
ugly.
have kitchens
Yeah,
that
but I
don't
don't
have
know how you would
microwaves
clean
built
it.
in.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing, right?
Well, just like you clean a regular oven, I'm sure if it has the air fryer.
My air fryer, though, I have to clean it every single time.
Oh, yeah. They get messy.
My oven, you know what I
Oh,
mean? I
yeah.
don't clean every
You
time.
don't get those commercials on Amazon or on Reels or whatever, Instagram. It says this little looks like a coffee filter, but it's plastic.
Oh, we will
They're
now.
rubbery, and you put it in there, and you put your chicken in there and cook it. And you just take that out, and you can wash it off in 2 seconds.
The thing about it is, how many years
I
did it
always get that
take?
silicone one.
How many years did it take for people to get microwaves in their house? Like when microwaves first came
My
out.
parents had one that was like the size of a TV.
Yeah, they were huge.
It had a dial. Mine had an actual dial
Yeah,
on
a
it, where you had to roll the dial. And
Yes.
my babysitter, I will never forget. Here's like
I'll
Ryan.
never forget.
I'll never forget that. Okay, so she would dial it and then run really far away. And cross her arms across the chest because she was afraid that it was leaking
my
radiation.
gosh.
Yeah.
And she had to be really far away.
Well,
My
back
parents
then,
did
who
not
knows?
get a microwave till I was past 18 years old. So when I was in high school, I just thought it was so amazing to go to my friends' houses and eat microwave popcorn.
What you couldn't do that at home?
My parents did not get a microwave in our house until after my senior year, I think.
Oh, my
Maybe my
gosh.
senior year in high
Oh
school.
my god!
No cable? You Amish?
Because
No
we were never
cable and
home.
no-
I know, what?
And no cable and no microwave. I mean, I feel like, yeah, it must have been like senior year. Maybe it was junior year, but I definitely remember going to my friends' houses and be like, oh my God, you guys have a microwave.
Wow.
You know why? Because this is the warped childhood I had of owning a restaurant. Everything happened at the restaurant. We did not eat at home. So we only had dinner at home once a week
How'd you
when I was a
reheat your food?
child
Oh, yeah.
to get the oven going, I guess.
You could write a
I don't-
sitcom about that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like, it's
living
like-
at the Greek restaurant as a kid. Well, it's not a Greek restaurant. Living
Yeah.
at the seafood restaurant with the Greek fam.
Yes, because Kevin, my brother and I were babysat by that restaurant, and our daycare was sitting on Heineken boxes and playing school.
Right.
We would imagine that the beer cooler, the glass doors of the beer cooler, was the chalkboard, and so we would pretend like I'm the teacher and he's the student, and he was on 3 cases of Heineken. That's how he was sitting. And I was like on the beer cooler. This is the lesson for today, kids. Or we go to this little storage room where they have this little ladder and the platform. Totally not by code. Now, not by code. You just fall off and just like.
Did you ever play
break your
restaurant?
neck.
Because we used to do that. Like pretend to have a waiter and would write it down.
Write down the
You had
menu.
an actual restaurant. You could go in the.
The funny thing,
restaurant in a
ironically,
restaurant.
we never played restaurant in the restaurant. We would just play like in the back dining room. You would crawl under the tables and hide to see if they could find you. And so my older brother would like throw something in the air to see where he was, and then we'd try and crawl to where it was, and he'd crawl away. It was like the craziest ways that kids get creative to have fun in a place that's not fun. And then my dad was like, "There's not a playground in here." I'll go,
sound like
send us to one then.
You didn't really miss out by not having the microwave then. I mean, do you remember all?
Yeah, you do. You eat cold food or you don't eat.
Yeah,
I
but you
never
a
had Easy
restaurant.
Mac.
You ate well almost every day of the week because you had a
that's kinda
restaurant.
weird.
Do you remember all the urban myths, though? They're like, don't open the door. You'll leak radiation if you open it before it's done.
Remember
Before
my
it's done.
mother-in-law? We did a topic like 2 years ago about. She yelled at me because I didn't put a piece of napkin
towel?
over the towel.
Yeah, because it sprays everywhere. It's
Yeah.
pop.
But she was doing it for some other reason. I'm like, it's not gonna make a. This thing was out making a mess. It wasn't like
It's not going to stop the radiation, that paper napkin. Just
Yeah.
going to stop the
it wasn't
splash.
like lasagna or something. That
Bounty, the radiation picker-upper.
Somebody on text said air fryer and convection are the same thing. It's just a
Yeah.
marketing ploy to say an oven has a built-in air fryer.
But sometimes it takes a while, doesn't it, to turn it on?
It probably
know.
takes
Does
a
it
little bit.
preheat it?
It probably takes a little bit longer in that big oven because it's a big space.
What's the preheat?
Actually, great
time.
point, Kevin. Great point. The air fryer is faster because it's such a small
Tiny little
space.
spot.
But all of our ovens are fit entire pans, so it's going to take a while for it to preheat. And yes, convection, I have not mastered this. I have not mastered the convection. The convection's supposed to put air circulating through there so you can cook your food faster. I don't know. I'm just burning potatoes.
Yeah, I know. It's good maybe with a roast or with a piece of pizza, I've noticed.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it gets all sides of the
Air
pizza.
fryers have changed the leftover game. I would
Totally.
never take home fries or certain
Yeah.
things, but now it gets like
Or even if you have
Yes.
fries
New.
from a restaurant.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
a
Throw
fast
them in
food
there.
even.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throw them for 30
Reanimate them.
seconds.
Reanimate.
It's 100% true.
Pizza
You
Hut, I did that
reanimate them.
yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It's still nice and moist. And
And that thing that you said, Eric, somebody makes a good point. That thing you said you put in the bottom of the chicken for the air fryer.
Yeah, what is that?
Or if you put like some kind of parchment paper.
I just see
doesn't-
commercials
This
for it.
person on text said, doesn't that defeat the purpose? Because the whole thing about air frying is the air circulates to cook your food. But if you block the bottom, how's it doing it?
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Time for
Dummy.
KRB's Roula and Ryan show to
Dummy.
tell you what's
I
going
didn't
down in H-Town.
Okay, so there's a really interesting article in the Chronicle this morning, thechron.com. If you take the tollway and you do not have toll tags, here's what happens. First of all, you can go online and pay that day. If you do not pay immediately, the driver who just goes through the toll plaza without having toll tags will get a toll invoice that has a $10 fee. And you're supposed to get that 7 to 10 business days after you've gone through the tollway. Now, if you continue to use the tollway without paying the invoice, then more fees accrue. And that invoice could potentially end up in the collection process. So vehicles with outstanding unpaid balances eventually get banned from the Harris County toll roads. Drivers who continue to use these roadways could face a criminal offense or an administrative court hearing, which could result in a registration block or a booting device on your car.
Well, my
They gonna boot
favorite
you on the
is
beltway?
repeatedly, I've paid the tolls to have tags. Then we get a new car,
Yeah.
and then we don't tell them the new license plate.
Oh, yeah.
So we just keep getting the things like, oh, well, we have a toll tag. I'm paying for the car doesn't go anymore.
Have you seen the new device in New York instead of the boot?
Uh-huh.
It looks like a briefcase.
Really?
Oh, yeah, the windshield.
When
What's
you
it do?
open it and it sticks
It
to the
blocks your,
windshield,
yeah, you can't
You can't
see
drive.
anything.
and they push the little button and it just sucks, like suction to the window.
Oh,
just
nice.
Not good.
because they buy the boot. Somehow somebody could try and chop it. And
And
somehow,
you'd be looking out the window like, okay.
yeah, you gotta stick your head
my head out the window.
Have to get a periscope.
Right. You can break a boot off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
Can
this
you? Can you?
People do it.
Yes,
People
Oh,
do
yeah.
it.
There's
Really?
there's
Yes.
girls in
I saw
Atlanta.
it.
They're called like the boot girls. $50, they'll take a boot off for you.
How does one find
Oh
the
my
boot
God.
girls?
Like on Instagram. Like
Instagram.
yeah.
What's
you
the
could use.
contraption
You
they use to
could. You
remove
could probably
it?
use a torch, like
Isn't there a felony to that? Can't
a
they
plasma torch.
Yeah, I don't think they
It's
recommend you
very
cut it off.
illegal.
They could trap.
Yeah.
They could trap the boot girls.
Yeah, exactly.
You can rent one of those torches from Home Depot.
You're going to do all that
sounds like
just
a lot of
I don't
work.
think they want
How are
that
you going
in
to
a
get to Home Depot
commercial.
if your car's booted?
Hi, Kevin, from Home Depot.
Yeah.
Uber.
If you've got a boot
Home
on your
Depot.
car and you want to illegally torch it off, we've got you supplied.
Home Depot.
I
It's here for
We
you.
have a bunch of dummies in the news that are blowing up their cars in their driveways trying to get things off. In the
gas
street,
tank?
A
wherever the
plasma
boot got
torch.
put
A
on.
plasma torch.
Yeah, it's a real
For real.
thing.
All right. Coming up next, it's time for Look at Me Now. Give us some good stories. We are in cranky, mean moods because it is 114 degrees in the studio and we're mad. 713-390-KRBE. Tell us a story how somebody told you can't, you'll never, you won't, but you did it. You did it. Last week's story was amazing. Two-time gold medalist. Sports Hall of
Every
Fame.
time you say you did it, you remind me of Buddy the Elf and Elf.
You did it! Congratulations!
greatest cup of coffee.
World's greatest cup of coffee. Oh, I forgot to give you a hug. Okay, 713-390-KRVE. You did it. Tell us what you did. Look at you now on the Roula and Ryan Show.